Good evening. Here is the news. President Tito arrived at London Airport earlier this evening on the first stage of his 5-day visit to the... Somebody's stolen the news. May I have the news back, please? I'm so sorry about this. Will you please bring the news back immediately? Well, as I was saying, it appears that this president of Yugoslavia has arrived at London Airport to see somebody very important about something very important, I imagine. Apart from that, excuse me one moment.
You give me the news now! Give it! Now! Give it back! Now!
President Tito and Madame Tito were met at London Airport by... And now a quick look at the weather. What do you think of the battalion, sir?
Splendid, splendid. A one-man battalion, I see.
Yes, sir. We find it's more efficient.
Quite.
Right, Sergeant. Carry on.
Battalion! Jump! Battalion, dressing for the right. Dressing.
Perfect formation.
Yes.
Battalion, slope! Up as I was. Horrible little man. Who do I think I am, bloody Lord Mike? Well, I'm not. I'm an horrible little man. What am I? An horrible... That's right. When I give me an order, I expect me to snap into it, not mince into it like a ruddy little fairy. Right. Battalion, slope. Hey! It's better. Battalion, by the right. Quick, wait for it. Quick, much. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's better. Lift about the feet then. Battalion, halt. Just what do I think I'm doing? I can't take any more of this, sir. Pick up my rifle! No! How many times do I have to tell me to say sir when I'm talking to me? Pick up my rifle! No! Oh, I've pulled myself together, man. This is the last time I'm warning me. Pick up my rifle! Oh, now I've really done it. I'm throwing the book at me for this. I'm putting me on a charge, striking a superior officer. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Sir, putting me on a charge, striking a superior officer.
Wait, right, Sergeant, to the guard room.
Prisoner at the double, by the right, quick, wait for it. Quick, 1, 2, 1, 2, left field, 1, 2, 1, 2, right field, 1, 2, 1, 2, right field, 1, 2.
I'm sorry about that, sir.
Don't worry, Colonel. There's always one battle in every bunch.
Which is a funny way to treat a vicar.
Come in, Mr. Potter. Very nice to see you again, sir.
My name is Wilson, and I've never seen you before.
Splendid. I do hope you haven't been waiting long.
I've been waiting for just over 2 days. My appointment was for Wednesday at 12 o'clock. It's now Friday evening.
Yes, well, I'm afraid the last patient did take rather a long time, and yesterday was such a lovely day. Actually, I was hoping to get away early this afternoon. Are there many still in the waiting room?
There are over 150 people in the waiting room. It's a very small waiting room, and it's a very hot day.
Isn't it hot? Yes, isn't it hot?
There is also a dead dog in the waiting room.
Oh dear, is that still there? Yes, I must remember to get it moved. Now, what have you come to see me about? Don't be shy, you can tell me. Do you want to join the police, or is it singing lessons?
It's my legs.
Your legs? Trouble with your legs, eh? Well, you've come to the right man. I'm a doctor, you know. A fully qualified doctor. And I can speak French, and I can ski. Now, what sort of a hat were you thinking of? A nice tall one with a big brim?
My legs, I've come to see about my legs.
Your legs, are they ill? Are your legs ill?
They're getting thin.
An attack of thin legs. Well, it has been a good week. 2 trench mouths, a parrot fever, and now thin legs. Well. How thin?
Embarrassingly thin.
Embarrassingly thin legs, eh? Well, let's have a look at them. Take your bags down. Come on. They are thin, aren't they? They are thin. Aren't they thin? They're fantastically thin. Look at those spindle shanks.
Doctor, I didn't mean to be insulting.
I'm sorry. That was unprofessional. I'm sorry. Do you think I could ask the people in the waiting room just to come in and have a quick look? All right, put your bags back on then. Nurse, I may want you in a moment, darling, so get some clothes on. Now, Mr. Potter. Mr. Wills, can you touch your toes all right?
No.
Can you stand on one leg? Now open your mouth. Does that hurt? No? All right, now blink your left eye and move your right arm up and down by the side of your body. That's it. Good. Now say louder. And pat yourself on the head with your other hand. Good. That's it. Now hop up and down. Good. Now keep the eye blinking and the mouth opening and shutting. Now louder. Faster. Great job. What you can get people to do. All right, you can stop now. Now, Mr. Potter. How much weight have you gained in the last 3 months? 2 pounds?
No.
4 pounds?
No.
8 pounds?
No.
12 pounds?
No.
13 pounds?
No.
13 pounds, 10 ounces?
No.
Very well, Mr. Potter. Open the box.
What box?
Mr. Potter, you have turned down 13 pounds and 10 ounces, and let's see what you've won. Mr. Potter, you have turned down... You did say you were married, Mr. Potter. You have won a month's free supply of Ellison's new improved Thyra. Well done, Mr. Potter. And don't forget to join us again next week when it may be your turn to take your pick. Goodbye, everyone.
I'm not coming here again.
Good evening. We have in the studio this evening the Minister of Fuel, Mr. James Pemberton. Good evening, Minister.
Good evening.
Now, Minister, I believe you've been in Germany this past week studying new coal-face methods. Do you think you've learned anything that could be of use to British coal production?
Well, it's very difficult to say at this stage, but it does begin to look...
Good heavens, my foot's dropped off. It's gone to sleep.
No, it's dropped off. It's fallen on the floor. Look. Here it is, under the table. It fell off.
So it has. Will it screw back on again?
Of course it won't screw back on. Your foot doesn't screw on, does it?
Could we have the camera round on the Minister?
Get the bloody camera away from my foot. I don't want people staring at it.
Minister, how did it drop off?
I don't know. It's never happened before. It doesn't... Fell off. Ah! There goes the other one. My feet have dropped off, both of them.
Oh, dear.
Oh, why did this have to happen on television?
Could I have some sticky tape, please? Oh, and a box. Minister, why are you... going back to Germany.
Oh, my thigh! My thigh's fallen off.
Minister, is this your knee?
Of course it's my knee. Who's to think it is? Put it in the box.
While you were in Germany, did you...
I'm falling to pieces. Help!
didn't discover anything but...
Put me in the box! For God's sake, don't lose any of the bits!
Minister...
Are you bright, hard-working, ambitious, intelligent and quick-witted, with a good personality and a smart appearance? Do you get on well with people and find that they look on you as a natural leader? Do you feel that you're being held back in your present position and that with a go-ahead firm you get right to the top? Cocky little devil, aren't you?
Engine driver Spriggs, sir.
Spriggs. You again.
Is that all, sir?
Yes, Spriggs. Sit down, please.
It wasn't me, sir.
Quiet, Spriggs. You know, I don't have an easy job, Spriggs.
No, sir, I know you don't, sir.
I suppose each week I have to investigate about 30 serious complaints against the railways.
Yes, sir.
In a bad week, perhaps 50.
Yes, sir.
And each complaint takes a great deal of time.
Yes, sir, I know it does, sir.
Last week, Spriggs, I had to investigate several serious complaints against you personally.
Oh, sir.
Actually, about 40,000.
I'm sorry, sir.
That's a lot of complaints, Spriggs.
It is a lot, sir.
I haven't been able to leave this office for days. Days. As a result, my wife has gone off with an Arab, my dogs are dead, and somebody's opened a Chinese restaurant in my bedroom.
I'm sorry, sir. Can I go now, sir?
40,000 complaints, Spriggs,
Yes, sir.
about Monday's incident.
Oh, sir.
Last Monday, Spriggs, you were scheduled to drive the 10:15 to Bristol.
Yes, sir.
But you didn't take it, did you, Spriggs?
No, sir.
You took a cattle train.
Yes, sir.
Why, Spriggs?
I like animals, sir.
You like animals?
Yes, sir, especially cows.
So you took 700 of them.
Yes, sir.
The entire London to Brighton cattle train. To Manchester.
Yes, sir.
Why Manchester, Spriggs?
Well, I've been to Brighton, sir.
So you took 700 cows to Manchester.
Yes, sir. Travel broadens the mind, sir.
But even if you wanted to go north, Spriggs, why didn't you take the up line?
I got confused, sir.
But you ignored all the signals.
I was out of my cabin, sir.
Sitting on the engine, flying your kite. Yes, I've seen the photographs. Did in the papers. What are you laughing at, Spriggs?
I'm trying to break the ice, sir.
Don't push me, Spriggs. Now, about Manchester Cathedral.
I forgot to stop, sir.
Yes, I know, Spriggs. The traffic policemen have told me. So has the Archbishop. He has described the arrival of you in your locomotive in the nave during the 49th Psalm in no little detail. It seems to have been an unnerving experience for the entire congregation, Spriggs.
I said I was sorry, sir.
He goes on to say, Spriggs, that when he tried to restore calm by mounting what was left of the pulpit to begin his sermon, you started shunting operations in the east transept.
I was in his way, sir. I was trying to help him, sir.
Then why did you release the cows?
I panicked, sir. I couldn't see it, all the steam.
Neither could the congregation, Spriggs. That's why the cows came as rather a shock. The organ and the clanking and the hot steam would have impressed an atheist, let alone those who believe in the wrath of God. Even the Archbishop have said he thought it was the end of the world.
I could pay for the damage, sir. I took a collection.
Yes, the Archbishop's told me. No, Spriggs, I'm going to punish you, Spriggs.
Oh, sir.
Very severely, Spriggs.
Oh, sir.
You are to write out 50 times, Spriggs. I must not drive my trains into Manchester Cathedral.
Yes,
now, get out.
Yes, sir.
So, Spriggs?
Yes, sir.
Where are last week's lines?
Yes, sir.
Buckingham's got a capital B, Spriggs, and there's only one L in Paris.
Now, can I do my dance?
Not now.
But last night you promised.
Just do what we rehearsed.
And now, we shall be wafting you around the world on the magic carpet of song.
And as we wing our way from foggy London town, where better for our first port of call than foggy Spain?
Sunny Spain.
Yes.
Excuse me, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Goodness me, weren't you on the plane on the way over? Thought I recognised you.
I never forget a face.
Nor do I.
May I,
Oh, sure thing.
Here on holiday, are you?
Yes, yes. And you?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Well, there's a turn up.
I was wondering, do you have the right time?
I'm afraid I don't. I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh.
Por favor, senor.
Senor?
Senor, por favor, gracias.
Beg pardon, were you gentlemen addressing me? Oh, goodness me, weren't you two on the plane on the way over? That's right, fancy you remembering that. Never forget a face. Well, there's a turn up. Well. Oh, do you mind if I join you?
No. Take a few, always room for a little.
Oh, weren't you gentlemen on the plane on the way over?
That's right. Thought I recognised you.
Here on holiday, are you?
Oh, yes. And you?
Oh, yes. Well, where's the coincidence? Vino, gracias. Would you gentlemen care to join me?
Won't say no. Sometime. And which part of the world do you hail from then?
Oh, I'm from Bristol.
Yes, I thought you were. I can always place a man by his accent. I'm from Wimbledon. Yes, what about you? Where are you from then?
I'm from Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, yes. Funny, you don't sound like a Scottie.
No, well, I spent most of my life in Cardiff.
That explains it. Yes, that would explain it. Say aye.
Aye.
Whereas we Londoners would pronounce it quite differently. We'd say aye.
Aye.
Aye. How would you say it in
Manchester.
Manchester?
We'd say aye.
Well, there you are then.
Well, that's very interesting.
Who said that? It wasn't me.
No. It must have been me then. Thought I recognised the voice.
Well, we haven't introduced each other formally. My name's Sydney Lotterby.
Oh, there's a turn-up. My name's Sydney Lotterby. So's mine.
And mine? Well, isn't it a coincidence all being called Sydney Lotterby?
Who said that? It must have been me again.
No, it was me. No, it was me. I felt my lips move. Well, what's your line of business, Mr. Lotterby?
Wholesale greengrocery.
Really? All three of you? Well, isn't that a coincidence? I'm a barrister.
I mean, you don't sound like a barrister.
Well, I used to be a wholesale greengrocer.
You don't sound like a wholesale greengrocer. I'd have put you down as a barrister. Oh, fancy that. 3 wholesale greengrocers and a barrister, all called Sydney Lotterby. Well, it takes all sorts to make a world.
That's what I always say. I always say that.
So do I. Me too, yes. It takes all sorts to make a world. Well, Mr. Lotterby,
call me Sydney.
Well, Sydney, I must be toddling.
Time and tide wait for no man.
Just waiting for the little lady to come down.
Yes, so am I.
Come, Sydney, we'll be late.
Come in, dear.
Well,
there's a coincidence.
And as our magic carpet whisks us away from the sun-baked Sierras, we say adios to sunny Spain.
And now...
Good evening. Tonight, we take a look at beekeeping. And with me in the studio is a man who's been keeping bees for over 40 years, Mr. Dermot Stayvaker. Good evening, Mr. Stayvaker.
Good evening.
What was it first interested you in the bee world, Mr. Stayvaker?
Well, even as a child, I used to wander around the feet. I'm sorry, shouldn't I have said that?
Oh, no, of course you should. Please pay no attention when I say shh. It's just a nervous habit I picked up. If I want you to be quiet, I shall say shush.
I see. Well, even as a small child, I used to wander around the I used to wander around the fields watching the bees and flying from flower to flower and taking notes of the flowers that they visited.
Shush!
Was that wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say shush? I meant shh. Do carry on. It was very interesting.
And I have grown to love the little creatures. Nature really has produced a little masterpiece in the life...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that's another of my nervous habits. I squawk every time someone mentions the word life. Even when I do it myself. I'm sorry. I should have told you. Do carry on.
Yes, well, as we all know, bees are divided into different categories. There is the queen bee and the worker bee, whose life... living expectancy is only 1 year. The queen bee, on the other hand, has a much longer...
Shush!
You want me to stop?
Yes, you were about to say life.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do carry on.
And the queen bee has a much longer life. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. You're getting me rattled. Queen bee stays at home in the hives, and the worker bee flies around from flower to flower, collecting the pollen. What happened?
Don't worry. I'm the producer. I'm awfully sorry. I'm afraid the interview has exploded. He explained to us that it would explode if anyone mentioned the word pollen.
Oh, I see.
I suppose it was rather a risk letting him interview a beekeeper.
But now it's there, it hurts like hell, and what is more, once inside there too, I really won't know what to do. I'll be the proud possessor of a kind of nasal zoo. A nasal zoo. I've got a ferret sticking up my nose. And what is worse, it constantly explodes. Ferrets don't explode, you say, but it happened 9 times yesterday, and I should know, 'cause each time I was standing in the way.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me what you think of, at last, the 1948 show?
Well, it's rather difficult to say what's good about it.
Do you like it?
Well, I don't know whether I like it or not.
Yes or no?
Yes, I do like it.
Thank you.